literally, this lady called me in over to do something, and I went in the store, and then I came back out and said, hey, I thank you for calling me, but I went into a store and didn't hear what you said, and then I came back out to see what you wanted, and she asked me if I was registered to vote. And then, literally, I was like, I think I'm registered in Ohio. You know, I voted in the 2016 election. And she's like, but do you live here now? And I'm like, no, not really. And she's like, well, where are you going to be in November? I don't know. It could be anywhere. God willing, you know? And so, yeah, what ended up happening was one of the ladies was talking about voting for Biden. I was like, well, I wouldn't vote for Biden. I'd vote for Trump. And she's like, oh my gosh, why would you vote for Trump? And I'm like, well, he audited the Pentagon. And then some other couples are walking by. And one lady's like, she pulls out this Black Lives Matter sticker. And she's like, they're trying to take your vote away. I was like, who's trying to take my vote away? Like, who? I haven't seen that one. Where are you getting this information? And so she asked the black lady walking past, so who's going to take your vote away? And they're like, the Republicans. And I'm like, what? Like, where is this escalating to? And then I'm like, why would they be trying to take my vote away? They can't just take my vote away, you know? And then there's a black guy, and he's like, no, Trump doesn't have the right to audit the Pentagon. And I'm like, okay, but who audited the Pentagon? I mean, you can just look it up on Google. The Trump administration audited the Pentagon. Oh, he doesn't have the right. And then I was like, okay, who freed the party? Or who freed the slaves? The Republican Party. Oh, but you didn't know back then it was the Democrat Party. And I'm like, no, it's not the same, because the Democrat Party is trying to take away guns and constitutional rights. So he said something snide and then walked off, and I don't know. I just basically told the lady, I was like, I don't really want to vote for anyone. I think the whole thing's a sham. I think it's God that puts people in office. I think God put Biden in office. I think God put Trump in office. And it's all dependent on how the American people do, you know? And she's like over here interrupting me, being super rude and super weird. And I'm like, you guys are so angry at other people. You preach love, 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 but then you act like that. Like, you are the problem. And so, like, I didn't say that part, but, you know, I was just like, it's very easy. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. And if people do that, they wouldn't have all these problems with this around. And she kept just trying to ignore me and speak over me and that kind of thing. And I'm just like, man, this ain't nothing different than the Trump rally I went to, you know, whenever the election was last. It's the same thing. The difference is there was less twerking, less cops, you know. But this is the thing. It's like the Trump people came very politely. They were respectful. They were hugging people. They were trying to converse with people. You know, these Biden people were in the middle of the street twerking and cussing out the cops, throwing things at the cops. Like, that's not love. I understand that you're angry and you feel oppressed, but at the end of the day, like, this is not going to help your situation. You need to turn to God, and that's the number one thing. So it's written. It's God that puts people in power. He sets up kings. He tears down kings. So any king that we had back then and any king that we'll have in the future, it's all the Lord. You guys be blessed and have a good one. Bye.